Hello, everyone. Good evening. You are joining me with my Tweet Be Happy by Darla Tweeten Facebook Live. And while I am kind of making sure everything's working right on my computer, I'm going to refresh my screen here for a minute, so bear with me. Last week, I moved my notebook over to the side here, so at least I don't have to turn around and you guys see the back of my head, or see that my hair is long. Tomorrow I get a haircut, a hair trim by my little sister in Clarion. That's always a highlight. Always enjoy going and seeing her and my sister-in-law Kay at the hair studio in Clarion. So a plug for them. If you're looking for a good haircut, a good color, a good perm, check them out. Hair studio, Brenda Kapka or Kay Marker. So like I said, this is live with Darla Tweeten. My business is called Tweet Be Happy. And I want you, I'm not sure, on the notebook, I can kind of see my shirt, but I can't on my phone. So I'm going to lower this a little bit. What do you think? This is what my daughter-in-law did for me. Tweet Be Happy. She stitched this on a white t-shirt. And then look at this little happy person that she put on my arm. So tonight, as I'm doing videos, hopefully that will show up. Wouldn't that be fun? Anyway, thank you, Carrie Jo, for making that really specialized sweatshirt for me. She also has a little side business, and she will embroidery or stitch. I'm not sure what the proper term is, but she will create a head of a calf or a pig or your favorite animal. So that's what she's been doing as of late. So anyway, I want to welcome you here tonight. Hi Skip, are you all settled in for the night? Thank you for joining me. It's quite exciting to have you on here. I was just telling them that, Carrie made this sweatshirt for me. I don't know when you joined, but anyway, I also wanted to let them know that when I turn my camera down, you are going to see a cross on my work studio desk. And that cross was given to me by my Uncle Irv from Florida, or it would be Skip's dad. So that little cross, it's been down on the buffet table for quite a bit, but lately it moved up here when I moved up my die cut holder. So just a little help every now and then that we need to get. So I want to, for those of you that are just joining in, this is Darla Tweeten with Tweet Be Happy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa, and I come live. I have been doing every other Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Well, starting this week, I'm going to be doing it every Tuesday night. So we'll see how that goes. I know, married to a farmer, we're getting ready to, start our corn harvest. The machinery is almost ready. But until the crop is ready, obviously there's always, something that they can do. If it's not the combine, it's the tractor. And then when they get done with all that, then they go into the tillage, equipment. So, they keep busy, but, at our age, come 8 o'clock at night, I'm ready to be done. So I'm hoping by doing the lives every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, it will work out. And if for some reason it doesn't, I will pre-record them. So, hi, Sister Dina. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate all this family that's joining me tonight. And Carrie, thank you. I appreciate that. I can't figure out yet how to see my comments, and I just now figured it out. I have to open up the video. And hi, Skip, you're in Chattanooga, Tennessee tonight. Wow. You left Iowa this morning, what, about 4:30 or so? Boy, you really made hay. I hope everything went well. So I am going to turn my camera down now, because I do want this video to only last, about 30 minutes. So I have to kind of move my camera around, which you guys are very much aware of. You've seen me do this before. And then you get to see all my pretty ink storages. And then I'm going to bring my, I don't know, Akron stand or whatever it is. I'm going to bring that into the view here so that you guys can see. And I better turn on my little ring light so that you can see things better. So, there we go. So, a couple of things that, well, we don't need that mouse in the middle of there, do we? That mouse can go over off to the side right now. So a couple of things that I want to let you know. I feel one of the reasons you guys do join me on these lives is because you want to be knowledgeable. You want to know what's going on in the industry. And we, of course, are getting ready for the holidays. Now, I don't know how many holidays you guys have, but Stampin' Up! Has lots of holidays. We can make a card for any occasion, any event, which turns into a holiday. So one of the new things that that became available today was this seasonal 12 days of crafting advent calendar. Now, I have not seen this. It just became available today, so I don't know if anybody has seen it other than the home office. But this is a typical, advent calendar. It's got your 12 boxes, windows, whatever. But underneath each window or door will be some type of a crafting supply. And I did email out a video today that there is a neat stamp set that comes along with it, which is probably the 13th thing. But they've told us that there's dies in there, there's DSP, just some really cool things. So this is, the price of this is $99. So it does seem a little pricey, but I really believe that when Stampin' Up! Price something, you do get your money's worth. So that is available as of today. I did not get a chance to order mine today, but I will be in the next couple of days. I now have a QR code for the Tweet Be Happy website. So when I do like my vendor shows or I do my kit nights, I can have this vendor code now. I just feel really, really techie and with the times. So the other thing that I guess I skipped a paper here, it's out of line. I do hold a kit class once a month at a very beautiful venue in Clarion called Pushing Up Daisies, and I have a kit class there tomorrow night with a bunch of ladies. Last time there was some grandkids that came, so a mom, a daughter, a daughter-in-law, and a couple of the grandkids, a teacher friend, a couple of my good customers. So that is tomorrow night, September 24th, and we call it a social hour, and it goes from 5 to 7 o'clock. I believe we were done at 6:30, so it doesn't take very long. But why it's called a kit class is because everything you need to create these cards comes in this kit. The only thing that you really need besides the kit is a pair of scissors. So Unfortunately, you're not able to register for the class tomorrow night because I had to order those 2 weeks ahead of time. But I do want to call attention to the October 22nd. It's a painted wishes kit that we're going to be doing. And November 19th is going to be doing a road to Christmas. And those are all held at Pushing Up Daisies in Clarion. So the final thing that I want to talk to you about isn't effective until October, but I want those of you that want to know about a good deal, I want to be able to tell you about it. It looks like when I printed this graphic off, I didn't do it right or something. But anyway, but we have a join special right now. For $35, you can join by buying a starter kit, and you will get to choose $125 worth of products. That is, in the 7.5 years that I've belonged to Stampin' Up, that is a great deal. Normally, a starter kit is $99, and you get to order $125 worth of products. But this time, it's only $35 for $125. And when you get to choose you get to choose the products that you want for the $125. Now, if you need some help, I will sure help you, because obviously, when you do join this, I'd like to have you join the Tweet Be Happy team. I have a team of 7 beautiful ladies, and we are always looking for more people to be on our team. But when you get ready to order your contents of your kit, I will help you with it. You can order from the mini catalog, you can order from the online exclusives, you can order from the annual catalog. But what we're probably going to ask you to do is, okay, is there a card you'd like to do? And then we would get the products to put together that card. So I'll be talking about that more as the time goes on. But that starts October 1st and ends the end of October. So what we're going to do tonight now is we are going to be working with the Sign Design stamp set. This is an online exclusive, which means you will not find it in a catalog. You can only find it online. And I have a printout here of the products that are online. And this one is the Sign Design Bundle is item number 166057. And it's $39.50. Actually, when you create an account with Stampin' Up, or maybe you already have an account, you would just type in the search bar, Sign Design, okay? And then up would pop, this picture of the stamp set and this punch. And then it would also have some samples that you could see. Now, if you don't necessarily want the punch, but you just want to order the stamp set, you sure can. Or maybe you just want to order the punch and not order the stamp set. You can do that too. But if you order it as a bundle, you would save 10%. So obviously, I would highly encourage you to do that. The paper we're going to be using tonight is the Neutral 6x6. It is a 6x6 Designer Series paper size, and there are actually 40 sheets of paper in this paper pack, and it's all in the neutral colors. So it is really versatile. And if you turn it over, then I call this to me, this is side A. So it'd either be the flowers or the leaves on one side, and then on the other side, if you didn't like flowers or leaves, then you could do the splatters or you could do the streaks, whatever you'd like to do. So that's the paper pack we're going to be using tonight. Now, when you go online, you would look up the Neutral 6x6 Designer Series paper, and this is this would be something that I would suggest a new person that's joining the Tweet Be Happy team get something like this, because there's basic gray in it, black Fairy Bliss, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Gray Granite, Misty Moonlight, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Pecan Pie, and Smoky Slate. So basically those are, you know, the neutral greens and purples and browns and blues, and very, very, very practical for this time of year. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using the basic beige cardstock. I felt that went really good with the neutral colors, and I felt really bad. I don't know if Skip is still watching or not. Yeah, Carrie, you are right. I do have a cute sweatshirt on. And Dolores, yay, you already ordered your advent calendar. Oh, you are on the ball. I'll be anxious for you to let me know what you think of it, if it's worth the $99. But anyway, so what we're going to do to start with is I have selected, you know, the basic beige, and then I have done the crumb cake. And I haven't decided. I think I'm going to do one of each. And I thought I cut this at 4 inches. But obviously, I must have did 4 1/4. So let's go ahead and get the trimmer out. And this is another item that a new person would definitely need to get if they did not have a trimmer. It has a cutting blade on it, and then it also has a scoring blade on it too. So, and it's just very handy. And you can buy replacement blades for the trimmer. So what we're going to do is, oh, I need to keep that trimmer out. I kind of amazed my team the other day when we were, you know, carding at my house on Friday. The casing layout that we're going to use is Casing Tuesday number 530. And what we're going to do is you can tear the paper. Am I in the screen here? I think I am, aren't I? Yeah. So go ahead and just tear the paper, okay? You could tear it physically too if you'd like to, but why not it's another way to use your paper trimmer. So kind of keep them in order, because when you put them on your card, you are going to want them to be in order. So let's take our, so I tore them something like that, I believe. So let's go ahead and take our Seal Plus, and what we're going to do is we're going to apply the Seal Plus, and I guess this is going to go at the top this time. So we'll go ahead and apply it about right there. And okay, and then this one is going to be an extra piece. You can either, if you want to, and I think I will, I'll carry the design down, and then this is where we're going to stamp. So this piece will be extra. I don't know if the little grandsons are watching me tonight or not, but if they are, I want them to notice that I do have Jesse and Jeff watching me tonight. They're helping me with this video. So we did some punching with their cutest cows this past weekend, and they're very cute. So the next thing we're going to do is, you know, we did tear those, and I like them looking rough. But what we're going to do also is we're going to just take a ruler or whatever's handy. You could just use your fingers if you like. But my OCD kicks in, Skip, and I have to have it fairly equal, fairly even, and then just hold it down like that, just to give it some texture, okay? And then we'll do the same thing with the top piece. Now the DSP is thick. It's got a nice. It's not as thick as the cardstock, obviously, but it is heavyweight paper. So then we're going to go ahead and just kind of fold that down with something, so it will look something like that. Okay. Then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to take out our piercing mat, and we are going to prepare to do a label punch. So what I've chose tonight is I'm going to use, I've pulled this stamp out of the stamp set. There is Merry and Bright, there's Happy New Year, may it be filled with joy, trick or treat, be sweet, season of thanks, and then also you could do May your day be sweet. That would you would insert that in that. So I'm not really sure which one I'm going to exactly do right now, but I want to do this plain one. I think it's really pretty. And since we're doing the crumb cake and the basic beige, and I probably will do, I don't know yet what I'm going to do. I'm just kind of, so 3 times you put the stamp into the stamp pad, and then you hold it down. So 1, 2, 3, and then go straight down, and then go straight up, okay? So what we're going to do is, here is a piece of beige, basic beige cardstock that we are going to stamp. Isn't that pretty? Do you like that? So now you can choose what label you want to put into that. And I'm gonna go ahead with the trick or treat I've decided to do. And normally, to me, the curved side would be the top. Well, in this case, it needs to be the straight edge. So 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and just do a test over here. And you can see where it's not going to work. It fits outside of that. So we're not going to do the trick or treat. What we're going to do is we are going to do the season of thanks. So let's pull that out. Let's see here. Thanks is that. And we need to find season of. Now I haven't done this enough yet, but I'm really tempted to cut those leaves off, which I may do. They call that stamp surgery. I may do that, but I haven't done it yet, because I feel like I haven't used it enough to do that. And I don't know, 1, 2, 3, we're gonna stamp it in here, and let's see if it works. Yep, it sure does. See how it fit inside of that? And then our next thing we're gonna do is the thanks. So you would take the stamp, put it on the acrylic block, and the reason I always have you guys, 1, 2, 3, the reason I always have you, test it on here is to make sure that you've got it on the acrylic block straight, okay? So I think we're ready to do this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, and put it on the label that we've already stamped, something like that. And then we will do, so it's season, and then this one says of thanks. 1, 2, 3, and then just go straight down. Hold it for just a little bit so that the ink can get onto the paper. I think that turned out pretty good. What do you guys think? And then to clean off your blocks, I highly recommend them. You do them right away. This is just a chamois like you'd use on your car. And that will clean the ink off of your stamps for you. So let's go ahead and use the punch. And last night, it sounds like I'm going to be really picking on Skip, and I don't mean to be, but I took some pictures of him. He just adores the 3 boys, and the 3 boys just adore him. It's pretty mutual. And they were showing him how to use a punch. And I have found out the best way, this is probably the front of the punch, but when I do a punch, I actually do it on the reverse side so that I can see exactly where I'm punching it. And had I been paying more attention last night with the boys and Skip, I would have recommended that when Skip was punching out the cow punch, to hold it upside down. And so that's you know, I try to give you several tips as I do these live videos, and that would obviously be a trick that you would want to do or to know about. Now, so we have our label here. Isn't that kind of fun? So we used Early Espresso. I'm going to grab some dimensionals here out of my adhesive kit. This is what you call an adhesive kit. Everything you need to make a card is in this adhesive kit. And I just got another idea for a Christmas idea for a few little you-know-whos. So anyway, so here is the regular size dimensionals. And we want to, don't be Scotch when you do your dimensionals. Put a nice amount on there so that your project is level when your person gets it that you're sending it to. Then you're going to want to take the backings off of the dimensionals. Does anybody have any questions? Sentiment looks great. Thank you, Dolores. I'm really impressed with how easy it is to create these signs, they're calling. I've been really happy with the ease of it. So so now some of you may think this is a little bit too dark, and it could be a little bit too dark, but I felt if I used the crumb cake, that would have been, I wouldn't have been able to see it. I want to be able to know why I'm sending this card. Now, did you notice that I took my backings off of my dimensionals? If I put it on this silicone mat, it's not going to stick to it, and it's going to be safe until I need to use it. Because I just realized I could put a piece of ribbon across here, or I could just use a piece of this thin designer series paper, and you all know that it was just going to be a scrap, wasn't it? Well, now we're going to use it like a ribbon. So that's another technique that I would like to have you guys be aware of and try it sometime. And then put a little bit of adhesive on the edges. You could even, if you wanted to, you could even make banners out of the DSP. So then go ahead and put it down something like this. And now we're ready for our season of thanks, and that will go like this. Now it seems to be a little plain, doesn't it? Well, let's see if we can find some embellishments that would work good on this. And I'm trying to find my take your pick tool. And I put it back in this other tool container rather than my adhesive kit. So, okay, so here's my take your pick tool. One end is a putty end, and then the other end is like a little pokey end. And then if you screw them off, there's other ends too. It's really a versatile tool, a very important tool that I think it runs about $10 if I remember right. So just another useful tool that I would probably recommend a newbie purchase. And what we're going to do is we're going to put on some of these gems. Now these are clear gems, and you can actually take a blending pen and you could mark them up. So let's go ahead and take I'm using bronze right now, a bronze marker, and take out the marker end of it. There's a marker end and then a brush end. We're going to use the marker end. And it's kind of hard to see on that black, or yeah, isn't it? So we're going to go ahead. It looks like I've already colored 3 in before, but we're just going to go ahead and color in 3. You use odd numbers when you do embellishments, and you don't want to use a lot of them. You know, less is better. That's what I always tell people. So, smiley face. Isn't that cute? Oh, it's upside down for you guys, isn't it? So, okay, so let's go ahead and do our putty end of our take your pick tool and put on the embellishments. And you kind of want to put them in a triangle when you do it, so you could see there's my triangle there. So, okay, then to finish this card, I think it needs just a little something. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull out that bronze again, that bronze marker, and we are going to do what I call spritzing. Let's put this end back on here so it all stays together. So what you do then is you take the marker end of the blender pen, make sure your work surface is protected. And sometimes these caps are on so good that I cannot get them off. But I just was, as I was trying to fight with that cap, this is SU300. Let's see if I can get this one off. Yep, I can. So what you need to do then is you just take the marker end of it and flick it onto the cap, and it just gives it some interest, doesn't it? And then I always carry it into the inside of the card, and I kind of, yeah, I like it. I'm not a heavy splatter, but I might be heavier than some. So that will be our first card that we're doing tonight. Now, if you want to, you can kind of fiddle with this more. You can make it, you know, real rough. You can do whatever you want. But what I wanted to point out is earlier today, or maybe last week, I was, you know, playing with this stamp set, and I'm not sure what color this is. I'm wondering, it might be crumb cake, you guys. It might be. So that crumb cake might have worked out fine on that. I don't mind the early espresso, but you could sure try the crumb cake too. Okay, so that's card number 1. I wanted to show you another card, and what we're going to do is we are going to use the streaked side on our next one, okay? So we're going to do kind of the same basic thing again. We're going to take out our paper trimmer, and we are going to tear the paper. But this time, I'm not going to make it straight. I'm going to do it kind of at an angle, okay? Now, obviously, you want to maintain that same angle when you tear your paper, okay? So that is our, the side B of the neutral 6x6, which is the crumb cake. So I'm trying to, so here is my card base. So we will take the bone folder and make sure we crease this good so that it lays down well. Put it on my glass mat, and then that way, as we're working on it, it lays flatter, okay? So we'll do the same thing again. We'll lay our pieces here onto the card and decide, you know, just how we want to do it. I think we're gonna, so this is a scrap again, like what we had before, and then this will be the top and that will be the bottom. Okay, are you ready for this? How do you think it's gonna turn out? So take your Seal Plus and light-handedly, you don't have to press hard on that, go ahead and apply the adhesive, and then just kind of eyeball it to make sure it's straight. Okay, again, very light-handed. That's one thing that took me a little bit to figure out, is you do need to be light-handed on it. And if you use it on a hard surface like this silicone mat, it seems to be real happy to use it, basically. Okay, so this time, what should we do? And if you can see there where the edges is picking up just a little bit, that's going to bug me. So ask Barrett about glue dots. They can be a stamper's best friend. If you need to have something laid down where you want it to be, then you just take a glue dot and you put it under there, and there it lays down. Isn't that neat? So another really nice piece of adhesive. So what should we do? Should we do okay, we can't really do Merry and Bright. I don't think. It's not really. Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's do Merry and Bright. Okay. So let's find the stamp set in here. It's right there. So let's get rid of this Season of Thanks. Let's put that back on the, the puzzle piece here so that we know where it is. And let's go ahead and do the Thanks too. We'll put that back into the case, okay? So let's pull off the Merry and Bright. And to make sure that that is straight, what I highly recommend is you lay it down on your glass mat. There are lines on your glass mat, and you can see where the words are, to make sure they're straight. And then take your acrylic block, and I think I need a bigger block. I need a size, on the side here, there's letters. I need a size D, okay? So now, that's I have used that stamp set before, but it's really clingy, isn't it? So let's think ahead here now. What we want to be stamping on, or what color ink we want to be using. I do have another hint is when I have my sheets of paper. I gotta look and see what time it is, and I don't have my watch on. Let's see, my computer says 8:33. Okay, we've been on a half an hour. We're doing good. Anyway, when I open up my packages of cardstock, I store them, horizontally, and I store them in hanging file folders. So then if I do some trimming and stuff, I put the extra pieces in there. So when I needed, a couple of pieces tonight, I would just go look in there rather than starting a new sheet, okay? And I think this one is going to be big enough. Let's see. Whoa. Just makes it. Okay, so should we try the crumb cake? Who wants to try the crumb cake? Dolores, do you think we should try the crumb cake on this card? So what we're doing is we are using the Merry and Bright stamp. So 1, 2, 3. Now this is an older stamp pad, an older style, and personally I like it much better. I'm kind of a heavy-handed stamper, and it's not as hard to get your stamp full of ink. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, and then we're going to stamp it on a scrap of basic beige, something like this. Hold it for just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then, because you want the ink to be absorbed onto the paper. So I'm going to reach over to my chamois. And a chamois is probably another important product that you need for stamping, to clean your stamps. I'm not sure what that was. It looked like a piece of food. So let's go ahead and close this up now because we are done with that. We are doing the Casing Tuesday 530 layout tonight. So this is a layout that you could use for lots of stamps, lots of occasions, and whatever. Now, did you see where that is really a little bit too small? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a sticky note and put that on there. And then with that help of that sticky note, then it allows me to see perfectly where that sentiment needs to be. And I don't know, do I need to refresh my comments to see the comments? I bet I do, don't I? Here I've been watching for comments, and well, you can sure tell I'm new at this, can't you? There's so much to learn. Okay, Dolores, I saw where you said yes to the crumb cake. Okay, I believe it turned out okay. For kicks and giggles, let's see how the other choice I was gonna do was the Mossy Meadow, which would be, I'm gonna try that just for kicks and giggles. So this Mossy Meadow is a mossy green color. So let's go ahead and try that. I have my basic beige here. 1, 2, 3. Oh goodness, I grabbed the wrong stamp. So we're going to go ahead and just do that one for right now. I'll use that later on in another project. Let's see here. Where is my Beauty and Bright? I bet there isn't enough room now to do that, is there? Okay, well, let's get another scrap out. Look in this little paper package here. Be careful that you don't lay it down in the ink, guys. That would be the next thing Darla would do. Okay, so let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3. Let's go ahead and do the, yeah. I think this Mossy Meadow I haven't used for a little while. And so did you see how it wasn't consistently stamping nice? So what you need to do is just take a plastic spoon then and bring the ink back up into the ink pad. And I don't know, it looks like there might be something going on with that ink pad too. Looks like it's, I don't know, I'll have to investigate it further after this video. So let's go ahead, and I guess when you run into that problem, another tip would be to go towards the outside of the ink pad rather than the center like I was doing. So let's go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see where that's much better, isn't it? It's not, Mossy Meadow is not a dark green, but it should really be greener than that. So let's go ahead and stamp that on here. I'm going to apply just a little bit more pressure, and you could see where I believe I need to give that ink pad some attention. But for demonstration purposes, I'm going to leave that out. I'm not going to put that away, that ink pad, because I'm going to see what I need to do with that. I think I have an ink refill. It may need to be, you know, refilled, or it may just need to be replaced, because I know I've used the dickens out of that Mossy Meadow. I like that color at Christmas time. Okay, so not that this is going to be a very good sample, but I wanted to try the Mossy Meadow on this, and I do like that. I do like that, just simply because it's merry and bright. You could put, you know, a green ribbon in there if you wanted to, or a burgundy, not burgundy, a crumb cake ribbon if you'd like. You could even use, you know, we could do this strip thing again here and do that. Although I don't want to do that. I want to have it more plain this time. You could, there isn't any, I'm going to say the season of thanks has some little leaves you could put on that, but I don't think it'd be appropriate for Christmas. So for tonight, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go with the the crumb cake is what's going to go. We're going to go with that tonight. So let's go ahead and put some dimensionals on there. And I'm getting kind of low on my dimensionals. Gonna need to start a new sheet here pretty soon. So let's put about 5 of them on here again. There again, you want your label to, you know, be level, stay level. And pull off the backings. And I think what I'm gonna do is, I didn't use the mossy meadow here. I was gonna spritz it with a color, and I'm trying to decide what color. I think we'll just use crumb cake, guys. So let's find the crumb cake, which is, I'm looking over here at my blends, and I believe that's a gray. Maybe that's crumb cake. I don't know. Let's pull it out and see. What is this? It is, oh, dark crumb cake. So to add a little bit of, you know, just a little bit of interest or more texture, let's go ahead and splatter this card too. And splatter the inside so the party continues. You could even splatter the card if you would like. Now when you buy these blender pens, you buy them in pairs, so there's a light and a dark. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and splatter some light on there. You can see, you can't see it, it just looks like it's wet, but it adds interest, doesn't it, you guys? So that's the light and that's the dark, okay? So let's go ahead and trying to decide what kind of ribbon I would have to put on this card. And I think I know what I'm going to use. I think I do. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this ribbon right here. It is really pretty. It's got gold in it. And obviously, you know, the holidays, you think of gold, don't you? So what we're going to do is we're going to just take our adhesive and we're going to do like a little bow, something like this, okay? And then we will put our, now this is an illusion. It's at an angle, so you could technically put this at an angle if you want to, or you could make it straight. I have to make it straight. Sorry, guys. I can't do the angle with that. So then the final thing we would need to do is we could add some more embellishments to this card. And now this kind of a Christmas card, it wouldn't be bad making, you know, 20, 25 of them, because it's what you call a simpler card. One night you could do, you know, you could do the tearing of the DSP and adhere it. The next night you could do the stamping of the label, you know, putting the dimensionals on. The next night you could technically, you know, do the splattering if you wanted to. You could do, you know, make a process of it. Don't overdo yourself. Don't kill yourself by doing it, thinking you have to do 20 in one night. You don't. Do it in stages. And then you would have your 20 or 25 before you know it. You know, then the next night, do the addressing of the envelopes or whatever you want. Type out a Christmas letter, and wow, you would make a lot of people happy. So these are the 2 cards that we've made tonight. What do you think? Oh, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. You had an issue with your mossy meadow too? Oh my goodness, that's not good. Did you send it back in? Well, nope. I know I've had mine quite a while. You just probably replaced it and then there was no issues. Is that right, Nancy? Not that misery loves company, but I'm glad to hear that it's not just me, because you know, like I said, sometimes I'm kind kind of heavy-handed when it comes to stamping. Okay, so tonight we did do a Thanksgiving card, and we did do a Christmas card. But I wanted to show you that earlier today, or I guess for last Friday for class, I did do some tricks or treat cards using the same DSP now, and I used the gray, and you could see where I used the pumpkins from the Tractor and Company stamp set, and then this one is with the browns, and then Calypso Coral as the trick or treat. And then a couple of more that I did was here. I'm a purple girl. I'm a purple girl. So here's the Blackberry Bliss done as a Halloween card. I think it looks great. Do you guys think it looks nice too? You know, Halloween doesn't have to be orange and black, does it? And then obviously, so that is 3 Halloween cards I've made already. And then I did do these Season of Thanks cards too, which the one side of the DSP has the flowers on it. Isn't that neat? And then did some ribbon. And then this one is the splatter side of the DSP. So those are just a few ideas that I have only just begun to create with, and I have only used the Sign Design Bundle, which is the stamp set and the punch. You can use other stamps to go with this. You could use, you know, as a birthday card, an anniversary card, a wedding, or whatever you would like. So I'm going to start wrapping this very fun evening with you guys up. I want to thank you for your time. I thank you for your comments that you make. And if you would like and share this video, this live video, that helps me to get more exposure to your friends and the people that follow you. I appreciate that. Facebook does get rid of our videos after 30 days. So I gotta have Jeff and Jesse back here for just a minute. I wish I could take a picture right now, but obviously I can't. Well, I could if I didn't have my ring light on there. But anyway, not that is appropriate, but I love it. I love that little cow punch. And thank you, Carrie Jo, for letting us have that this weekend. We had a lot of fun with it. But anyway, so after 30 days, after Facebook deletes our videos, I will be on YouTube. I move it up to YouTube right away, like tonight I'll do that. So check me on my channel there. There's my cross that I have with me here. So a few other things. I will be sharing my email link for constant contact, so I can send you out an email if you would like to be on my email list. Go ahead and select that link, and you know, you'll be getting future emails from me. At any time you have any questions or any special requests, I love to take those. I'm always open to trying new things, and I love to kind of stamp on the, what do you call this? When you don't really know what your projects are, and you just go ahead and you just stamp. So I like to stamp on the fly. I like to do that. So let's see, there was a couple of other things. I will be live again next week, which is September 30th already. Can you believe that? I'm not sure what the stamp set is for next week, but there will be, I will post that on my Tweet Be Happy page. So I want to wish you all a blessed rest of your evening. This is Darla Tweeten with Tweet Be Happy, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa. And I have enjoyed spending, about an hour with you tonight. Okay, God bless. Bye now.